Welcome to the weekend. I'm King 5 meteorologist Ashley Ruiz with an extended look at your forecast. We have a lot to talk about. It is going to be more of a winter-like week. Not so much today. We have very warm, moist air in place, so temperatures are going to be quite mild into the afternoon. Most of the rain today is going to be focused northwest and north of Seattle, though we're still going to have some scattered showers out there, but the bulk of the rain with this atmospheric river is going to be more north of us. But all of that rain is going to move to the southeast and bringing us widespread rain to the area during the day Sunday. And I'll time it all out for you. But don't forget, we spring forward 1 hour Sunday morning. And so you'll lose that hour of sleep, and our sunrise is going to be at 7:33 a.m., but our sunset 7:06 p.m. And if you think about it, if we did not spring forward and stayed in standard time year round, at least here in Seattle in June, when we have our earliest sunrise and then our latest sunset, our sunrise time would be 4:11 a.m. That would be our earliest sunrise time here in Seattle and Western Washington in general. And our latest sunset would be after 8 o'clock instead of 9 o'clock. So again, that is something, a reason why maybe a lot of us don't want to stay in standard time. But either way, again, we are springing forward tomorrow. Active weather pattern into next week. We could have a series of systems moving in that could bring rounds of rain, wind, and mountain snow. Wednesday and maybe Thursday and into Friday could be quite active, but still several days away. We'll focus on this system first that could impact you at times this weekend. So we have this slug of moisture, this atmospheric river. It's just bringing all of that moisture to Vancouver Island, British Columbia, and then the northern coast. All of that eventually is going to move more to the east into the southeast through the day on Sunday. So today will be the drier day if you are going to be going to Comic-Con, going to the Sounders game, but I would still keep the rain jacket with you. Here's a look around Western Washington. Hurricane Ridge going to get some pretty good snow over the next 48 hours. You see in Everett, we have cloudy skies closer to the coast. We also have cloudy conditions, misty, foggy conditions, and then just wet conditions. And then near Sequim, that's where we'll likely have that rain shadow setting up today, so maybe some sun breaks. This is what it's looking like, at least for this is a 7-day forecast for the Seattle area over the next 7 days. Things are going to change. So you see tomorrow we'll have increasing rain, breezy conditions. A few light showers may linger into Monday. Tuesday, spotty showers, but then Wednesday, that's when we get rain, gusty winds, and then Thursday and Friday, still a big question mark, but we could get a pretty chilly system that could move in, dropping snow levels down to maybe about 1,000 feet. And so that could bring us rain and then maybe some wet snowflakes in the mix, more so for the foothills and above, but still 6 days away. Plenty of time to watch, but that you may be hearing about that on social media over the next couple of days. But there's plenty of time to watch, and we'll keep you posted. If you are headed to Lumen Field for the Sounders versus LAFC game this afternoon, again, just grab the rain jacket, a windbreaker, because it is going to be quite gusty. Temperatures will be in the 50s, and we could have a couple of showers. Temperature-wise, depends on where you are. Mid-upper 50s, maybe a couple of lower 60s out there for the foothills, whereas the rest of the area, mainly low and mid 50s as well, maybe upper 40s closer to the coast. Time-wise of the rain, so this is what I'm talking about with most of the rain staying northwest of Seattle. We'll have a couple of light showers. I'm talking the steady rain stays northwest of us. Eventually, all of that moisture starts to lift back to the northwest later in the day, but then watch what happens as we head into Sunday. That atmospheric river starts to slowly sag to the southeast and east through the day, and then it's going to fill in and then become more widespread, impacting Puget Sound, then up at least in the North Cascades to start, but then as it moves closer to the Central and South Cascades in Washington, we'll get lowering snow levels. We'll also get that mountain snow at pass level. Rain continues through Sunday night, and then it tapers off into Monday morning. But we could still have a couple of showers around on Monday. Then we could have another system moving in Monday night and into Tuesday. In terms of the wind, today we don't have any wind alerts in place, but we could still have some wind gusts in excess of 30 miles per hour, especially over the inlet, about Everett northward, and then closer to the coast. The winds are going to stay pretty gusty through today for these areas. We'll still have breezy conditions even closer to Puget Sound and the foothills. Sunday will also be quite gusty at times, but winds will die down Sunday night. In terms of rain totals, we need the rain. We desperately need the rain, but most of the rain is going to, or the heaviest rain is going to be more focused closer to the coast. You see that red? That's indicating potentially over 4 or 5 inches of rain, whereas the rest of us, especially within that rain shadow, you can see how it sets up there over Sequim and then portions of the islands. That's where we'll have significantly less, but we'll have at least maybe 1/4 of an inch up to an inch on average for Puget Sound. Though, as we well know, we could easily get more than that for some spots. In terms of our snow totals, this is through Monday night. Hurricane Ridge, maybe a foot, and then Mount Baker, maybe 2 feet of snow, whereas the passes, depending on how quickly these snow levels drop and depending on how heavy this snow could be, maybe 1/2 a foot up to a foot of snow. Obviously, higher elevations will get more than that, but either way, we know that we have some much needed snow coming for the mountains, especially the passes where we really need the snow. Central Cascades, that's where we're really lacking in terms of snowpack. This is what I was talking about with Wednesday. Wednesday looks to be the next impactful system, but there are still a lot of questions on where this low may track. It's going to be a deepening low pressure system developing offshore, and depending on where it tracks, it could bring some really good rain, heavy rain, mountain snow, and wind. Even if it doesn't directly impact our area, we're still going to have that wet weather, and the wind could be closer to the coast or it can penetrate farther inland. So we'll have to see, but that will be our next system that we're watching. Snow levels, I mentioned, are going to drop, especially by the first half of the week. We could get any lingering moisture, could get a couple of wet flakes mixing in the higher elevations, at least a little below pass level. But looking ahead to late next week, and this is what I was talking about with, you might hear a lot about this on social media, but it's still plenty of days away. Possibly dropping down to about 1,000 feet. If all this comes together, then yes, we could get at least some maybe wet snow mixing in closer to the foothills. Again, this is 6 days away. We'll keep you posted, but I just want to put it on your radar as we go into next week. We are watching it, but we'll be able to fine tune the forecast as confidence grows and we get a little closer. But this weekend, once again, we are going to have some rain around more so northwest and west of Seattle today, but Sunday increasing rain into the afternoon. So morning you should be generally fine. If you live in Puget Sound, it's more so midday and into the afternoon. But then Monday, Tuesday, fewer showers. Temperatures are going to be cooler than normal. This time of year, we should be about 53 degrees. But Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, that's when things turn more active. We'll keep you posted on King 5, on air, online, king5.com, as well as on King 5 Plus. That's always a good place to go. And king5.com, the weather page, we actually have a full written discussion. So I hope you stay nice, warm, dry, and have a fabulous weekend, and we'll talk soon.